What's up, everybody? Back at it with a update on the cold steel issue, and I absolutely have to say that I am going to continue to further reinforce the issue and the problem of you do not want to deal with Cold Steel and their parent company, GSM Outdoors. Um, it has been 6 weeks with the warranty claim over this and all the other issues that I have with these knives, because upon closer inspection, every single one of the knives out of the 13 that I've bought over 2 orders, every one of them's got a flaw. At the very least, this edge on every single one of their throwing knives is just so rough that whenever the coating comes off, you have to file it. That right there is flaw number one on every single one of the knives that I've got so far that I've thrown. I've got 3 brand new 10s in there that I haven't thrown, but even those, you can see that they're going to have that flaw. And on top of that, when you take them and sit them up stacked together, tip to tip, there's jags like a fucking bar graph. And these things are machine made. They should be perfectly precision. They should be like these, where you sit there and hold these things together, every single one of them is shaped consistent. Every single one of them has the exact same hole. I mean, you can literally, the only reason any of these are going to be off is the shape of that knife and how freaking they are. I mean, look at that. That is just consistent, concentric. And these are cheap knives, just like these, made in China. There's no excuse for the shoddy craftsmanship in all of these. The bevels on every one of them are different. The cut and how deep the freaking points are is different. Just multiple flaws on every single shape. And I got 3 different sizes or shapes, considering I've got the 14-inch like this. I got 2 of them. This one broke. I've got Sure Balance monstrosities. Those had like a 1/4 inch difference in the overall length. That's unacceptable. I mean, even on their site, for as cheap as these are, they market these as their professional option. Professional options should be concentric. They should be the same size, the same weight, the same dimensions. So you can pick them up and they perform the exact same way every time. You don't have one blade that is seriously heavier on one end or another because they cut something so far off that you've got that much of a difference. I'm a certified machinist. I know what it takes to do precision parts that have no tolerance issues. You don't have the option of that's good enough. It's not that hard. Especially considering you're doing it with machines. It should be so much easier when it's made by a machine. Because you should just have someone sitting there with a micrometer. That one works. That one works. That one works. That one works. And sending the ones that work down the line. That one's too small. Fucking, it don't make the cut. Goes in the shit bin. How difficult is that? How fucking difficult is that? But they can't even get customer service right, to the point where we've been going around and around and around for 6 weeks. And I still don't think these brainless morons figured out how I've actually filed the warranty claim, even though the warranty claim was filed, has all the information for the shipping and the order number and all that bullshit. So, I mean, do they have their heads so far up their asses? Because I know the world is full of stupid people nowadays. But did they just go out of their way to hire the absolute stupidest people? So that way, or is this just the type of model? Because this makes me think of one of the Chinese scooter places that I worked at when I was much younger. That they basically would sell you a cheap piece of shit product that was definitely going to break. And all they wanted to do was just sell you as much of the product as fast as they can. They would rebrand it because none of it had a brand name on it except for the fact that it was manufactured by some manufacturing company. Just like the way they do things nowadays, where you've basically got some company in China makes a freaking particular product, and you can basically go in there and say, I want it to be in this color, I want these features, this, and this. And some other moron basically buys the exact same product, but they just do a couple of feature changes or a different color change. And you're basically buying the same piece of shit from 5 different vendors by the time it's all said and done. But it's just fucking absolutely insane that this is the model that modern business has come to. How can we bend you over and rape you, and how can we screw you on customer service on the regular? Because with the fact that we've been going around and around and around in circles for the last 6 weeks, and they're just, we'll figure out how we're going to replace it, or we're going to figure out what to do. It's, there's always another fucking hurdle to get past. Even though they keep telling you, we'll figure it out on this step. We'll figure it out on that step. I mean, last fucking week, I thought I was going to be told that I'd get tracking information instead of another fucking email today that tells me they want more fucking information. You've got every fucking bit of information. I've lost track of how many emails we've had back and forth. At least a dozen. At least half a dozen to a dozen, somewhere in there. Because I've basically emailed this person at least a half a dozen times. There's just no reason for it. So, I tell you, make sure before you start buying outdoor hunting gear that it doesn't fall under the umbrella of GSM Outdoors. They own Cold Steel, they own SOG Knives. They've got about 50 other brands of just fishing and like hunting stand and small business type companies that are like, some dude fucking goes out of his way to build up a company based on his reputation. They come in and buy it, and then they just shit all over it and wipe their ass all over the company. Just what they've done to Cold Steel. Because Cold Steel used to be a reputable brand. And same thing with like SOG Knives is another brand that they own. This used to be a highly coveted brand. I actually had an SOG knife that was Japanese steel. The only reason I got rid of it was because it was one of those ones that it had serration down on the belly of the blade. And I hate serrated knives. They're just a pain in the ass to keep up with, because when you sharpen the section that's not serrated, it just keeps digging deeper to where you've got a step to get to use the serration, or it's just, I don't like it personally. It's not my favorite thing. I don't like serration on the top of the knife either. If I wanted a saw, I'll buy a saw. You know, it's just the way it is. If I wanted a steak knife, I'll get a steak knife. I want a fixed blade, not a steak knife. You know what I'm saying? But do not buy from this corporate umbrella. GSM Outdoors will screw you over and treat you like dog shit. It's just the way they do it, apparently. They're going to keep you going in circles for 6 weeks, 2 months, instead of solving the problem. It's to the point that I've already told them, either fix the problem, quit yanking my chain and lying to me and extending this out, replace it, refund it, or I'm doing a chargeback. And I'm taking all the evidence of these emails with me for the chargeback. It's that simple. So, stay the fuck away from this company. You'll appreciate it. Buy something that's higher quality.